What up, village? How are y'all today? Habari Ghani, happy first day of Kwanzaa. Today is Umoja, and you're watching the Black Wolf Rebels. So it's funny that we are here on the first day of Kwanzaa, Umoja.
Yes.
And, our whole thing is about village, family, unity. So this is the perfect time for us to be broadcasting. What's up, Jim?
Hey man, I ain't got no complaints. I woke up this morning. The village is doing well. We doing well. We blessed. We highly favored. We're here. Family's good. So I have no complaints at all right now, man. I'm actually doing pretty good.
Okay. That's good. That's good stuff, man.
Like you got a little slander there, right? Yeah, the way you laugh right there. You get some smart. She's gonna say, man,
Nah, I actually don't have any slander, right? I never have slander for you, brother. Only
So
love.
so so
Um,
what's the comment you got?
No, no, 2025 has been a trying year. A
No, it has
trying
been.
year.
It has been, but we still here though.
Yeah, we here. We here. Still trying. Trying to make sure I get out of it alive.
Hey, listen, we got a week. If we got to survive a week, man. We got one
Try to
week left, man.
survive 1 week.
Just trying to survive a week, man. Listen, man. I'm always trying to look at the glass as being,
Half
half
full.
full. Yeah,
Yeah,
always try to be a glass half full type guy, man.
that
And
is you. That is
this
you.
year, this year has been, definitely trying. But at the end of the day, though, we still here with an opportunity to get better, and to do more. And so I'm excited about that, man.
But welcome to this episode of Freedom Fridays. I forgot that in the opening. Y'all, my bad. Y'all know we always talk about how to get free and have fun while we're doing it. But Jimmy has been cooking in the village. He's been holding us down. I feel like I haven't been doing my part, but I'll catch up. I'll catch up. But good job, sir. And Jamel says those joints in the village are fire. So shout
Appreciate
out
you,
to
Jamil.
everybody in
Appreciate
the
you,
village.
beloved. I'm glad just trying to make sure that we continuously add back there. I'm creating every day, man, and just having conversations, man. And I've been working on some real like more deep dives, which will come out soon in the village. But yeah, man, I appreciate that.
All right, what up, Jarrell? And Don Johnson's in the building too. What up, what up, what up? The leader of the Nate Gang is here. He's here.
You calling down the leader in that game?
Bitcoin is energy.
Listen, man. Listen. Everything is energy, man. It's all energy. But no, man. So how was your holiday season? You know what I'm saying? Like we in the mix of it. We in the first day of Kwanzaa. Christmas was yesterday. Hanukkah started, I suppose. So how is your holiday season going thus far, beloved?
Uh, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
We're
I
here.
mean, no, man, you doing well, man. Listen, man, the family came home, man. I saw you with the full family last week, man. So that's a good thing for you.
When you say the full family, what are you referring to?
Well, what I mean by that is it was the wife and the two youngest of your
Oh
seed.
no.
So
Well, they all were there. My oldest even came through. So what Jimmy's referring to is I had like a Friendsgiving Black Christmas event with a bunch of my friends and family from the neighborhood in which I grew up in. And I've been really trying to push, and many of my other brothers and my friends have been pushing us getting together because more of us are dying. Our parents are dying, um, transitioning, I should say, right? Because speaking of uh, Jimmy and Bitcoin and energy doesn't die, right? It
no, it
just
doesn't.
reconverts, just transforms to something else. So
It
there's no
does.
death, right? But we got together. Jimmy was there, invited him because, of course, he's fan. Corey was there. Courtney wasn't there. I invited her. I'm doing this because I'm slandering her on live, so I can send this to her later. But no, it was a great
Hey,
thing.
yo,
It was
leave
a
Court
great
alone,
thing.
man. Leave Court alone. But
No,
yo,
not Court. Corey was there. Corey was
no,
there.
I
There
said
was
Courtney. I
Courtney.
said leave
Oh yeah.
Court alone.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Listen,
I want
I
it on
had
the
to
record
tell.
that I'm taking up for you, Courtney. But real
No, no,
quick
no,
though,
no, no. Hold on, real quick. I had to tell Courtney because throughout all this adversity, right? We know he lost our sister Tracy, and
mhm,
I want to commend you because you've been holding Tracy's mom down crazy, and so is Courtney. And Courtney has been involved in all kinds of shenanigans, and it's
yeah.
it's rough. But I just want to commend y'all because that's what it's about when we live in our raps. We are living
No,
our
man,
rap.
and I appreciate that. And listen, I definitely have, been there and talked to her. Courtney has been there like 10 times. Courtney's been closer to her than anyone else, so I definitely got to
Right.
salute her for that.
Yes.
I
Yes.
try my part, but it's Courtney's been in a whole different level.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's what you're supposed to do, man. When you have someone that's truly your friend, you got to take care of their people. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what
I
it's
mean,
really
you're
about.
supposed to, right? It's sad, and I hate to bring up the negative side of it, but the real side, that is what we're supposed to do. But a lot of times when folks are gone, they're forgotten about.
Yeah, no, that's
And
true. That's true.
yeah, so
I
I
just I
again,
just
I
want
want to
y'all to
give
know
y'all
that
your
Kamari.
flowers.
So
I
so
want to give
Kamari had
y'all your
all his
flowers.
peoples, all his peoples from
Go
that he
ahead.
grew up with in his neighborhood, man, and they was out here like gang banging. They was set tripping on different blocks. I was like, whoa, dog. You like, I'm like,
We
y'all,
were not set tripping. We were not
y'all
gangbanging.
was set 78, 79. Yeah, y'all was set tripping a little bit.
No, we just repping. Listen, the universe, and I'm doing this for them. The universe for us is 79th Avenue. But some of us are from 78th, some of us are from Washington Lane, but
Hey, look, none of
they
y'all from
don't like
60,
that.
none of
They
y'all
don't
from
like that.
63rd though, right? Y'all ain't from 63rd,
No, we
so
not from 63rd. But you know what's funny though? In Chicago, they got a drink about 79 out there too, though, don't they?
yeah, man. It is what it is though. No, but that was dope, man. I was actually inspired by that because, like, for those who don't know, like, Philadelphia is like a big,
A
large
city of
city.
neighborhoods. Yep.
Yeah, it's definitely a city of neighborhoods. But to see Kamari pull that together, it was really impressive because it wasn't just his friends, but their families. And it was funny because a lot of brothers I knew one brother there who was from like my neighborhood, which is a different neighborhood uptown. And I'm like, yo, what you doing here? He was married to somebody who was from your neighborhood. But that's
Really?
another story. But that's another story
Yeah,
though. But
who was it?
but listen though, the point is the fact that you were able to pull that together because getting people in the room as you get older is very difficult
Yep.
because people have lives, they have families, they have obligations, and to get a lot of people to congregate in one place is kind of what. Especially now, this is going to sound real slanderous towards our people, but I'm just being transparent. Especially if we ain't got no entertainment, you know what I'm saying? Like if I tell y'all that XYZ gonna be there, y'all pull up, like you know what I mean. But just to get people to be there to fellowship and share with each other is super dope. Yeah, come on, cuz what you doing, man? Leave the AI alone, man. Oh, and by the way, y'all, real quick, I just want y'all to acknowledge who's front and center in that photo. Don't try to take it down.
And why does that matter, sir? We're
I'm
all
just letting
equals.
you. I'm just because I
I mean,
always tell you that
we're
you
you tell me what? What
that you
exactly you
that
tell
I'm
me?
Otis and you know what I'm saying like
You're not Otis, sir.
I'm always in the background hold you down because you put yourself forefront all the time, man.
So what? What's that? What?
Yeah, you're right
What?
in the middle.
Who's in the middle?
I mean, you right up for you still in the forefront, beloved.
No, me and Corey are up front. We
Here
just
you go.
we
Here
just
you go.
listen
Here
for
you
camera
go.
purposes, right? We get the shorter ones, right? Jimmy's like a giant. We're like midgets. I don't know. Can I say that word? Can I say that word? I don't know if I can
I
say
think
that
that
word.
word is still. I think you're still able to use that word in 2025.
Okay, I'm not sure, man. Because remember, y'all scorched me for using the R word, and I didn't even use it. I use it on myself, and y'all scorched
Yeah,
me.
but you can't like so. There's certain
Listen,
words like
I
I just want to
don't.
make sure you're
But
abreast of that.
I don't keep up with that. I'm not going to keep up with that. I'm sorry.
Hey, listen, don't you think you should, man? I mean, you're a member of the media, man.
I am not a member of the media. Media does not pay me.
Here you go. Here you go. You're a
Media
member.
does not pay me.
You sit on the board of Philadelphia Association of Black Journalists.
But why, Jimmy? Why?
By the way, I don't know if a lot of everybody watching. Did y'all know that Kamari sat on the board of Philadelphia Association of Black? He don't talk about that.
But I do talk about it. But why? But why am I there, Jimmy? I am there for a reason. I
Well,
don't get
because
paid.
you the money man.
Well, I use my talents to help our community. But I listen, Kathy Hughes, this founder of Radio One, said one time the two most important things to the black community, and I know a lot of people will not like this, and I've said it before, is the black church and black journalism. Those are the things that have kind of kept
Do
us
you
going
agree with
for
that?
all these years. I do, largely
Okay.
from a macro level.
So I know that you're like super black business guy. So where does business fall into that little equation?
I mean, business is a major part of it, like AD Gas and Don.
No, but I'm saying if those are the two most important parts, is business third or is business not?
No, business is up there. I would say third.
Okay, but those two
Yeah.
you put before business.
Yeah, I mean, as it relates to our whole story, our whole journey, those things are very, very important. I mean, many black businesses were launched through the black church. Many
Shout
black organizations were launched through the black church.
I want to shout out our brother Corey, who is with family right now and couldn't jump on with us. But I wish he was here just for that comment because he would tell you, and I'm not saying this, but this is what he would tell you
Yes,
that
he would. Go ahead.
he would say the black church has done more harm than anybody else to our community.
A lot of people do take that stance. They do
You
take
know.
that stance. I'm curious to know, what does the community feel? What does everybody in the comments feel about that
All right, so that's a good question for everybody in the comments. How do you feel? Do you think the black church is a net negative or a net positive for our community overall?
overall? And there's no slander here, y'all.
No,
No
I just
slander.
want to know what people think. I don't know because I know. Put it like this: Kamari seems to be on one side, Corey's on the other side. I don't necessarily have an opinion because
I don't have an opinion. I just have facts. I'm just saying. I'm just being honest, right? Listen, like, the church is it's a tricky thing. It's a slippery slope because there's a lot of technology that went into the church
Mm-hmm.
and all the facets of it. But as always, black people always figure out a way to take lemons and make lemonade. And the same thing happened with the church.
But I think it's interesting too because I think it depends upon the time frame that you're speaking of, right? When I
Talking about
read
all of it.
history,
I'm
no,
talking
no,
about all of it.
hear me out though. When I read history and I look at a lot of the revolutionary acts and a lot of the organizing took place in the church, but I think it
Correct.
became something else. I don't see the church being used the way it was in the past. I mean, but times have changed as well.
Well, and we also have social media now, so we don't get the highlights of people like Dr. John and even Reverend Waller. Like, he's done a lot of good things, but people are only concerned about what he's driving a lot of
All
times.
right, shout out to his wife though. No, man, I ain't be quiet. I saw she was pushing. She hurt the block when she came through. But I digress. Don actually has a comment in there that kind of goes to what I was just saying. He said
Okay.
it's a net positive pre 1970 and
Mm,
post 1970 has been a negative. What
mm,
happened in 1970? I don't know if you
mm.
I don't know if you just throwing a number out there or you actually have like a reason you're saying 1970. But Don, answer this for me. If you do have a reason for 1970, what do you think happened in 1970? To kind of to make that shift that now it's a net negative. I wonder how you see that.
I think that's really interesting, to that part about the 1970 demarcation,
Hmm.
because there were net negatives and net positives in the black church, back to Europe to here. But here's one thing interesting. I don't think most black people realize that Christianity was created in Africa. Now, the Christianity that is practiced in America is different,
Hmm.
but Christianity overall was created in Africa. But then we got to go into the thing where a lot of black people don't necessarily relate or connect to Africa, and that's a whole thing in and
I
of
thought you
itself.
was about to go into a full KRS-One song for a second.
Nah, nah.
You start telling me about Isaac and Jacob. You know how KRS-One was going crazy
Listen,
back then.
that song was the song that made me want to read the Bible.
That song.
I grew up in church.
Listen, KRS-One, man. People don't, and it's funny because you sound like an old man when you start to say this, but people don't realize like how
Important he is.
yeah. I remember the first time I heard the song "You Must Learn" and I saw the video on Rap City. And I
Just
just
like
sat
I
there and watched it
told
like 10
you.
times because back then you had to record it on a really dating myself. Get your VCR tape in, you dub it, and then you rewatch it, and it's like, holy smokes, I just got a full like my history teachers couldn't teach me that way.
No,
But anyway, 1970, post 1970. So I always think about this. I think about when I read books and anything pre 71 and post 71, just how different things are. And I know this sounds like a Bitcoin conspiracy theorist, but I think there's so many things that why you get the cool leather gloves and the cool hat and the
I mean,
medallion though?
I could talk to you about that, but
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
But
sorry. Did I distract you? I
all
didn't
right,
mean to
forget that
distract
though.
you. I'm
But
sorry.
hear me out though. There's so many things that you can trace back to coming off of the gold standard, and I don't think that's talked about enough. Even if I leave my gold bug and Bitcoin ideas, like I throw them over here, right? I throw them to the side. Not even talking about that. But when you devalue the money, I think it changed everything. It changed everything in terms of criminality. It changed everything in terms of policy and politics. It changed so many things because now, once you're able to devalue the currency like that, everybody becomes in a race to create more, to create more, to get more. Like this whole lifestyle that led into the 80s, right?
How did that
The
change criminality? I'm curious.
criminality, all right,
Yeah.
because now the money, right? So the money, you have to constantly be making the money, right? So it changed money. Once you change money, you change everything. because so many things, whether that listen, I can, and this is going, I don't want to get in my conspiracy bag. The food we eat, it kind of made us go into like almost hyper capitalism, right? Till we get to the 80s, to the greed is good era, and it's all about more and more excess, excess, excess. It leads us to 2025 where people respect people's money more than their morals now. It just does. It's just a place that we got to. I could trace that all back to messing the money up, right? Because once you mess the money up, you create this system now where you have to constantly make more, make more, make more. You can never have enough. You can't just save money now. It's to the point now where you're not even able to save. So I say all that to say that 70s, that 70 date that Don gave, I don't know if that's what he was thinking about it, but I can trace a lot of things back to 71 and Richard Nixon.
Wow, look at that. Look at that timing. Look at that timing. You see what I did?
Mm-hmm.
I had it up there before you even got 71 out, before Nixon was out. And so I'm curious, like that theory you have, because I personally feel the gold standard is a bit overhyped.
Okay.
But they're talking about criminality. Nixon had already declared a war on black people in 70, 71. So I believe a lot of that led to that. And yes, the correlation is him. Like Nixon was not a good president, very much like the president we have now. Just not good at all. Not very thoughtful, not can't see around the corners on certain things.
So here's what I'll tell you though, right? And you could, I mean, I can point you to all sorts of economics research about that gold standard. The gold standard it actually isn't overhyped, because the thing is, before the gold standard, when everyone felt as though, right, the reason I say felt as though, because there's speculation that the money wasn't there to begin with, the gold wasn't there to begin with. But if you go back and look at that, when money seemingly held its value, inflation didn't take place the way it took. So therefore, when you made an income, your income was enough to sustain you with whatever it is you. This is back when you had people that had like stay at home moms, and dude will
I
have
thought
one
you was going to
job.
say something else. I was about to
I mean, listen, you want to go there, we can go there. Dude raised the men raised multiple families in different places because the money wasn't eroding the way that it is now. I say that to say there's an actual great book about that called the Fiat Standard, not the Bitcoin Standard. There's actually a book called the Fiat Standard, which goes into the history. And there's also another book too. It's called Broken Money by Lynn Alden. If you look up the book called Broken Money, but the Broken Money book goes into the history of how, from an economic standpoint, both of those are economic. You'll find them in the economic section, the economic books. But if you look at the difference in money, it kind of affected everything. It affected literally, when I talk about criminology, education, law, right? Because, and that's the thing, small decisions that policymakers make have huge impact on our lives. And sometimes we don't see it till 10, 20 years in the future, which is why a lot of times people look at what's going on now and they're like, it ain't got nothing to do with me yet.
I mean, I would agree with that. I was just trying to find the correlation between the gold standard and like there's so many policy things that aren't necessarily related to the gold standard that relate to criminality. I mean, from the crime bill to Clinton, like many people blame the Democrats about the crime bill in '96, but when you really go back and you do the knowledge, the Republicans have been puppeteering and masterminding a large war on black people for a long time. And I don't think that gets referenced a lot.
Well, I mean, the other part about it is this too, though, right? So let's be completely honest. I was around on that time, man, and a lot of y'all grandparents and folks actually were okay with the crime bill. We look at
absolutely.
things.
Absolutely.
We look at things with revisionist history because the streets was wild, right?
No, the streets were wild. But let me finish. And that is very true, Jimmy. Like, again, when you go back and you look at the crime bill, a lot of people give Jesse a hard time to go, Jesse Jackson, that is. But he's like one of the only prominent black figures who fought against it. But nobody talks about that. And it's well publicized. But when you look at the crime bill, when you look at Glass-Steagall was terrible from a legal standpoint. Nobody talks about that. And that is a big reason why we have so much of chaos going on now. So, I mean, I think it's a lot of things that led to criminality and the demise of the black community. But from crack.
Well, again,
political issues
The reason I can actually literally trace things back to that is because it's almost like the
to the gold standard.
yeah, it's because it's the
Okay.
butterfly effect. You change that one thing, and now it makes it so people have to do things they didn't have to do in the past, right? It just exacerbates all other problems. There are other problems that already exist, but this exacerbates it now because now I have to be in a position where I have to become a quote unquote hustler. I have to do all these things, and now we're at a point now in 2025 where if you want to really me get my real conspiracy bag, I think we're being puppeteered in a whole different way now, to the point where the idea of the gig economy is becoming so normalized. Having multiple jobs is becoming so normalized that people don't even realize that they've messed our money up to the point where you going to work 9 to 5 and then coming home and door dashing is normalized. And it's not going backwards, it's going forward. And it's actually pretty sad. You shouldn't have to come home and go DoorDash or go Uber Eats or go Instacart and you basically become cheap labor for huge corporations to keep, making more and more money. And this is a whole other game that's being played right in front of our face. And also, you know, it's happening to everybody, but in terms of our community, and in my experience at least, it's even worse. I know people now, right now, in my family that do Instacart, DoorDash, Lyft, Uber Eats on the side, do all these things on the side, and they have no choice because it's the only way they can
Every
pay
day
their
I'm
bills.
hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
It's
I mean, I think
ridiculous, man.
that's part of the naturalization of the consumerist economy, right? Again, what was it? 500 ads were shown to the average American in 73, going back to that year again.
hmm
Now it's like 5,000. And everything that the courts and law is all about upstanding for corporations, not individuals, not people, but corporations. So I do think the deterioration of human beings is very much there, not just the gold standard. I think there's a lot. I think a lot of our politicians are on the take, right? We can see that just by looking at their stock orders, how they pre-run a lot of things that are happening.
But
And it's
listen, I could
greed.
trace
It's
all that
greed
back
that's
to then, though. It's my point. My point is the reason you have to run the bag up now is because if we were still on some sort of gold standard, by the way, and everybody had to be honest and everybody had to be fiscally responsible, the entire world would change. So much in this, the economics ruin so many things, man. Because
I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at you, Jim. I just saw this.
the Marion Barry comment.
No, I didn't. Oh God, this.
Oh, are you all the way up there? Yeah, I saw that when he posted it. Yeah, yeah. Kamari looked like he
Thanks, Steve.
trying to
Thanks, Steve.
run and take other people's goods and services under their tree.
Listen,
But
man, when the heat stop working, the heat got to start working. Y'all might, if y'all not Philly, y'all might not get that.
Hey, listen, man, that's a Philly anthem, man. That came on in the
That's why I
spot the
said
other
if you're
night,
not
man.
from Philly, yep.
Yo, that I don't think y'all understand though. It's certain songs that come on in Philly that just go off different, and that's one of them. Another
So
one that
let
a lot of y'all probably never don't even know what I'm talking about, but my part of town, when my part of town come on.
yep. So let
Yeah.
me digress a little bit because your boy Cameron was on today. So if y'all don't know, Jimmy loves Cameron, and I get it because he's that guy. But Cameron was talking about the role he played in getting that song as a single for Freeway.
hmm
They were looking for a single for him to drop on his album. He was
hmm
like, "You got a song with Jay and Beans. That's the single right there, and it
Yeah.
goes hard." So I just thought that was interesting. Sorry.
No, man, that come on. If you at a Philadelphia event, I don't care if it's the Eagles game, a Sixers game, a party. If you in the speakeasy, if you in the after hours, if that song comes on, it changes the dynamic of the space. You know what
All
I'm
right.
saying?
So real quick, top 3 Philly songs that go off in the song that goes off in the party. So that's one.
That's
That's one.
one.
That's one. Dreams and Nightmares.
Yeah, that's probably the new age version. Yeah, Dreams and
Yep.
Nightmares was definitely another one. What's the third one? The third one is going to be a little crazy though, because there's so many of them. Because it depends upon the atmosphere. If we out in the plat, like in summertime,
It could be
come on.
summertime. It could be summertime.
It could be summertime. Come on,
It
it's a
could be
little
brand
different.
new funk. It could be
Brand new funk is definitely another one.
yep. It could be funky dividends. Even though that's
Yeah,
more local, but
I mean, little cool C never hurt either too. But I'm gonna go with my part of town, man. Only
my
because
part of town is
that's
definitely one of
so
them.
it's so Philly. It's so Philly.
A-Tech in
It's so
effect,
filler.
up lane. Yeah. By the way, I'm singing the lyrics to the song, y'all. Sorry, y'all.
But no, but anyway, getting back to the our topic, our main topic was really just a catch up, not necessarily getting to this thing about 1971. But I think it's important to understand how economics affects everything because economics is at the core of pretty much most of our issues. Whether we are talking about education, whether we are talking about law, it all goes back, which is tied into capitalism. This is the system that we live in, so we have to operate within this system, in which economics is such a huge, important part of it, and it can't be ignored. But I think on the flip side, those of us that focus on economics try to ignore policy, and those
I
two
don't
things are
think you can
married.
separate the two. You
You
can't
can't,
separate
and
the two.
it's absolutely impossible to. So you just gotta pay attention to everything that goes on, man. Um, I'm listening to a book right now, Kamara, that you might find interesting.
Okay.
I haven't made it too much far yet to recommend it to you,
What is it?
because it might trigger you a little bit. It's called The City of Brotherly Blood.
Is that about us?
It's by brother. I don't know. It's not even a brother. It's a guy named Michael Stack.
But is it about us, our city? Or is
It's
it a
about the
fiction?
city of Philadelphia, but it's about and it's based on a true story. It's about like how things happen backdoor in politics,
Mm.
and how it affects the various communities. It's not specifically about the black community, but it's about Philadelphia in general. But it's called The City of Brotherly Blood. It's on Audible, so
Okay.
I'm listening
Send
to
me
it
that.
now.
Send me that.
Got you. I got
I
you.
love film history. So
Yeah. But the idea is, um, you can't separate the two from a local standpoint, and even from like a national standpoint, and then from a global standpoint, because we
correct.
live in a global world right now, man, and there's a lot going on, man.
And it's
Um,
funny. I always hear people, especially a lot of brothers, who say, they don't vote except for when it's local. And I always have to shake my head and scratch my head because it's like politics are interconnected, local, state, and federal. You can't do local politics without federal politics
mhm.
because there's so much funding that comes from the Fed that comes to the local areas, whether it's SEPTA, like that's our mass transportation system, the school welfare, other school services, things like
Mhm.
that. You can't separate the two. You got to be involved in all of them.
I think that all of us, including myself, need kind of a civics course, right? We need an updated civics course. When's the last time anyone actually took a course or studied civics? And I say that because when I talk to a lot of people about like council or even like on the state level, they don't even understand that they control the money,
They do.
right?
They do.
Their literal job is to really control the money, right? All the things they do, but if you take it to its core, it's really about controlling where all the money goes. And
And
that's
that's why
so
I say,
important.
people always say politics is all about voting. I say no, politics is about wealth transfer
Hmm.
because it's about transferring the wealth, not just money, the wealth from one group of people to another group of people. And it really happens every electoral cycle. And there's an election every 6 months.
Yes, it
So
is.
that's the one thing you got to think
Yeah.
about.
We gotta get to these
Yeah.
comments, but one thing I just want to put on the record because I realized this. So the other night, and
Okay.
shout out to Kevin Harden Jr.
Yep.
He's
Shout out
a
to him.
big time attorney here, but he was also close friends with our sister Tracy. And
Yes,
he
he
put together
was.
an event on the 23rd for us to all get together and just like honor Tracy. Her birthday is the 24th, so to get together and just like celebrate Tracy, which would have her birthday. So we all got together. And in the event, it was DJ, and the DJ went through a set playing Music Soul Child. I just want to put on the record, like Music Soul Child is slept on, dog. I forgot how many
Not by
slaps he
me.
went.
That man's special.
I listen to him often, but when the DJ was going through the set and he was blended, and I was like, "Ooh, like music is sick." Anyway,
Wasn't not one stinker. It was all
yeah,
bangers. All
all
bangers.
slaps. So shout
Yeah.
to Music Soul Child, man. I just want to put
Yeah.
that on the record.
All right. Well,
And
let's
to
get
answer
back
the
to
question though, behind me, it's actually a flag. It's the Burkina Faso flag. I just got
with
it sitting on the
Bitcoin on.
couch here in the office because someone asked me, "Is it a jacket?" With the so that's basically it's a
Wait a
Bitcoin
minute. Is that?
badge.
Oh, I thought the Bitcoin symbol was a
No, the
part of it.
Bitcoin is just
That's just laying on top of
The
it.
Bitcoin joint is like is a bag that I have. I just set it on top of my flag. It's the Burkina Faso flag. Shout out to Captain Ibrahim Traore, and my family originates from Burkina Faso, so I'm just repping. That's all.
Shout out to you for that too, man. I have to do that as well. I got to trace my roots back.
Oh yeah, I
All
traced
right.
it, bro.
Zugan said, the 1 trillion is crazy. This is why the yams got turned back on before Thanksgiving. Can you imagine the devastation of folks had to choose between foods versus gifts?
All right, little context to that comment. So I did a video in the village, and if you're not in the village, get in the village to watch the video. He's referencing the video I made this past week. Actually, I made the video yesterday. I was reading some information about like holiday shopping, and for the first time in history, we surpassed $1 trillion as a nation in holiday shopping. So 1 trillion, that's with a T, y'all. And what was most interesting about it is more than half of that money wasn't people's income or cash; it came on credit. People are really going into debt and using their credit to, go Christmas shopping and holiday shopping for food and all kinds of things of that nature. So that's why he said the 1 trillion is crazy, and that's why he said that's also why they turned the stamps back on before Thanksgiving, because they didn't want people to have to choose between the two. So we hit a trillion, y'all, for the first time in history.
But it's funny, right? Going to the quote unquote black spending power, right? The 1.2 or whatever it is now. They never talk about credit. They always make it seem like it's just straight cash that people pull out of their bank accounts. They never talk about a lot of that's credit.
Yeah, the
how
words of Randy
dangerous
Moss,
that
man.
is.
Straight cash, homie.
Yeah, that's really dangerous.
It is.
Why you rub your head like that, Jim? You thought I was going to do a speech on black spending power?
I just that is something that just angers me so much. And again, I've explained this several times, and not to you per se, but how that's used
We talked
against
about
us
it.
is so dangerous. Like when people be like, because it's almost a bootstrap argument. Y'all got $1.8 trillion. Y'all should be able to fix all y'all issues. No, we don't.
So it's funny. I don't know if it was Don or if it was somebody else, but I saw a conversation talking about at what point do we stop looking to the past and blaming everything on the past and start taking the power that we have in our hands and our pocketbooks and our wallets and putting it to work to better our
Don
community.
was quoting something that he was reading. I saw that post.
I saw somebody. Yeah, I couldn't. I mean, because that's another age old conversation as well. Even having that, but
I don't think it's a
everything.
problem with doing for self, but I think it's okay to acknowledge how we got here too. You gotta do both.
Yeah, I think history. The real history. You can never go wrong studying the real history, the real facts, right? And again, it's not a crutch, right? You don't use it as a crutch or an excuse. You say, "Yo, what these people did was fucked up, and we are still here in spite of all that, and we're going to continue to keep moving forward." But let's be clear: a wrong has been done, and actually, it's still being done because we still have redlining issues. We
Listen,
still
man,
have
here's what I'll
still
say.
have voting rights issues. I mean, they're trying to push back a lot of the 64 Civil Rights Act. Like it's crazy right now.
So I was downtown in Philly. I was on like 7th and Market. Matter of fact,
Mhm.
no, I was down. It was actually 6th and Market, the Independence Visitor Center, and I was talking to a guy. He was going over to the Jewish Museum, and he was talking about like how much he learned in the museum over there. I've actually never been there myself. I want to go one day. You know what I'm talking about? That's at what's that, Fifth and Market? It's a Jewish American History Museum in Philadelphia.
We should go check that out.
Yeah, but he was telling me about all the stuff he learned or whatever, and I was sitting there like, it's funny how it's not, it's funny how money changes the situation. But anyway, but no, but it's
Shout
funny.
out to Queen Lauren.
It's funny, like no one ever tells them to stop telling their history, stop telling the atrocities, stop telling them about things they harmed. You can do both. You have to remember your history, where you came from, what, and to your point, Kamari, things that are still happening, but it doesn't mean that you still can't, do for self. It doesn't mean you can't use whatever tools, knowledge, skills, and abilities you have now in 2025 to keep pushing forward. But while you're pushing forward, you still can acknowledge the bullshit that happened in the past. Other cultures do it all the time. And that was just an example of it, like from a
Jimmy's
recent
mad.
conversation.
Jimmy discussed. He loses custody of me. You
Oh,
okay,
my
bro?
bad. I ain't mean to
You
cuss you
okay?
out.
Nah,
No.
listen. I'm all in favor for real talk,
Listen,
man.
man. In the words of the brother minister, man. You know what I'm saying. That's my emotions talking, man. Just gotta forgive me.
Forgive your passion. I
That's
love
my
it. I
passion,
love it.
man. Forgive me. It's my passion talking,
But
man.
no,
That's all.
not to get off that point, because I want to stay on that point, and I'm not going to say pause, Jimmy. We have to stay rooted in our history. It's endless. Like there's so many things that happen that show us at our best,
Mhm.
also show us at our worst, right? But it's all learning tools. It's all learning. It's all tools for us to improve ourselves and say, you know what, they did that. We shouldn't do that. We shouldn't go retest that.
Yeah,
So I think history education and is a cheat code, is the real cheat code. But yeah,
yeah, man.
we could talk about that all day.
Yes, sir. Yes,
All
sir.
right. So yeah, the one trade is crazy. And it's funny, Jimmy. I was going to talk about holiday spending. I didn't because I saw you had talked about it. Because I feel one of the things we can use, some people say they are totally off the system. I don't think it's like realistic for everybody to be totally off the system.
Hmm.
However, we can use some of these things as learning tools, as teaching tools. So
Hmm.
instead of buying your kids all these things, buy them some stock. You know, you got them some Disney products, buy them a share of Disney. You brought them some Nikes, buy them a share of Nikes. So teach and give all at the same time. I think you can do both. It
I
can
mean,
be
this is
effective at
one
the
of the
same
reasons
time.
why our stock market, man, and I mentioned that in the video, which is in the village. You go check the video out. It's kind of built to go up forever. Not saying it's going to. This is not investment advice. It's for educational, informational purposes only. I'm nobody's fiduciary. But when you think about the idea, now individual companies picking the right company, that could be a little bit problematic. But we live in a world full of consumerism, right?
Correct.
70% of our GDP goes to consumer spending in one way or another. Now, when you think about that, and you think about the fact that we're spending $1 trillion on a holiday season, that's going in the hands of most of the Fortune 500 companies, therefore improving their profits. Like the system is built in a way for those that own equity in these companies to continuously make money.
Right.
So having that knowledge right now, what do we do with the knowledge? Do we say, all right, let's tear the system down because it's against us, or do we participate in said system? Different conversation. But now that you have the knowledge, you got to do something with that knowledge, right? So, I mean, spending is right now, holiday spending is at a high. That money, we know where their money is going, and it's being pumped in. It's almost a wealth transfer during the holiday season. People are going into debt,
I mean, but here's the
and
thing.
some of y'all even crazy. Some of y'all doing crazy parlays. But go ahead, though.
There's a wealth transfer every month. Every
Every
month
day,
there's a
every
holiday.
damn day.
So all right, January we got Martin Luther King Day. Next we got President's Day. In February we got Valentine's Day, celebrating the goddamn. What kind of demon was that? I forget what demon it was. Well, one of the demons, right? Then in March is pretty slow. Then April, well, March actually is Easter. March and April, because I know they flip flop. And every time they have a major sale, then we get to May, you got Memorial Day, another major sale. Then we get to June,
I mean,
Juneteenth.
just
Juneteenth,
think,
they are running
just
sales
think of
on
Christmas
Juneteenth
though.
now.
I thought Christmas was about the birth of Christ. All of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? I see
No.
trees
But
and
but
gifts.
hold on. Like every month there's a sale. And they
Yeah.
have nothing to again, June, they're running Juneteenth sales now. Right? It was about the freeing of the slaves who got bamboozled, and we're running sales on it. So to your points about consumerism, yeah, Christmas is no different. I'm surprised we don't see more Hanukkah day sales and Yom Kippur sales. I wonder why we don't.
So here's what I'll say, man. Having that information now, how do you take that information and use it as fuel for whatever it is you want to build? How do we use that to build?
I mean, to me, you have to be an investor, a designer, a builder. That has to be your mindset. You can't just be a consumer. And we've talked about this. We've talked about it ad nauseum. Right.
It's funny
So,
though because this holiday season, I went to. I was telling Kamari recently, like I got invited to so many events and parties that I couldn't go to all of them. So I missed the Black Brokers event that I was supposed to go to. I missed the PABJ Christmas celebration, but I still went to like 10 other joints, right? So and then going there because I'm running my mouth all the time and creating content online, people know the Bitcoin, the real estate, the stock, all the different stuff. So I get questions a lot. I got a question at a real estate event like a week, about a week ago or so, and I am shocked still, Kamari. And I know we are in a bubble. Like everybody watching this right now, we have a number of folks watching this right now. Most of these people are in the markets. They're buying gold, silver, crypto, real
I don't
estate,
know what
whatever
you're
it may
going to
be.
say.
No, but people be coming to me like, yo, I need to set up my brokerage account. People in their 50s and 60s have never bought a stock yet. Still don't understand the market or understand the value proposition at the market. You know what I mean? So
And they
that's
all got one of
always,
these. They all got one of these, right?
yeah, they got them in their hand. And
And
then
they
they get the
won't
question,
do a
like, I
simple
don't know where to
Google
start.
search.
What should I buy? And I'm looking at they fit like, Well, you got
No,
on LVMH. You got an
forget the
iPhone in
fit,
your hand. You
the
got a Yeti
phone.
bottle with you.
You can't do a Google search.
You got on a North Face vest. You drive. You driving a Toyota. Like, I mean, start with your closet. Like, you
I mean,
know what I'm
but
saying?
you're talking about the investing ideas. I mean, but a lot of people are asking me how to set them up. And
No, I
again,
get it, but I'm just saying, like,
start
sometimes when
with
you
your
get
phone.
when you
Like,
get outside the bubble,
yeah,
you forget that a lot of our folks I'm talking about, are completely clueless. That's
yeah,
why I never get upset when I hear a lot of the people who create content around that say the same things over and over again, because I recognize most people, like, a lot of us operate in bubbles. Our folks, you know what I'm saying? I would venture to say, if people are in the village, right? And there's a couple hundred folks in the village. If you're in a village, you pretty much have a brokerage account. You probably got a crypto account. You probably either got some gold or something. You probably got something.
mhm,
But when you get outside that bubble, you realize that a lot of our folks still haven't started yet. Haven't even started yet.
correct. And I think that's partially by design and partially it's laziness also.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to put anybody down, but at this point, it's 2025. Listen, EYL has had an amazing run. By the way, shout out to Wall Street Trap, because he put out a video earlier last week, that I thought was
About showing
phenomenal
his account.
about show. Yeah, and I thought it was probably one of the best videos I've seen by a quote unquote guru, because right, he's part of that guru class, some people, but he appears to be set above the rest, in my opinion. But he told the truth. Like, you can't be just showing your accounts because you can get sued. But my point was, we've had all this education, we had all the run to play people, all the G-Wagon gurus,
G
and
wagon gurus.
but people still have not figured out how to start investing in the markets, whether it's the stock markets, real estate markets, Bitcoin, um, whatever. It's like, wow, all these things are at a push of a button,
hmm
all of them.
Yeah, no, that was a super dope video. Salute to him for that. And it's funny because I was thinking about it as I watched that video. I was like, I see, the growth, but also I was thinking, like, I don't show my accounts for whole different reasons, man. I got a lot of trauma, man. So
Listen, we come from an era where our people was getting duct taped and found in ditches.
man, rest in
And
peace to my
that's
man Mark. My man got, he never came home.
yeah, that's real, man. People.
Yeah, I got a friend that, like, got put in the trunk. We never seen him again.
So it's
So
funny, right? And I know I'm on a bit of a tangent. I was on Erica. Shout out to Erica. I was on her show, and we started talking about the crack era.
mhm.
And it dawned on me that I've definitely been traumatized by this. But there was a young lady on there. She was like, it was really that bad, but she's younger, right?
Mhm.
I'm older than her, so I directly was seeing it, being impacted by it. It was a crazy time. It was a
Listen, I got
crazy
family
time.
that was affected by it. I got a neighbor who was like, I'm not gonna bring his name up, but he was that guy. He was like the guy we all wanted to be.
Hmm.
That crack hit. I don't even know where he is at this point.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's and like I said, I got a friend who, got put in the trunk, and we ain't seen him. Like, they found his body, like, a year later. So I'm just saying, like, that's the time frame that I was raised in. So for me, showing your accountant flossing is, too much Sam
Super,
Rothstein.
super taboo.
Yeah, man. It's like, it's funny because me and Corey have had this conversation before. Like, it took me a while to even, like, be able to get in front of a camera and talk,
Hmm.
um, and really see the value in sharing my story, or teaching, because I love to teach. So, but it took me a while to, like, get there because of just growing up.
Yeah.
And it's not that I was even super industry. I wasn't industry like that. I was an athlete. I was just trying to, trying to shoot hoops and get sticky finger. But I was in an environment that, that's just what it was.
I mean, listen, I think everybody that grew up in the hood is street adjacent. In some way, everybody knows somebody
Hmm.
personally that was impacted somehow, whether they were a crackhead or a crack dealer. They were impacted somehow, and so you
I
have
ain't
to come
trying to
from
bring
a
the mood of the show down, man. Let's talk about let's
no, not at all. But we having real conversation. We
No,
having real conversation.
we are. But you start to go a little dark. But here's what I will say though. I was reading a study, and I did content about this study too. It's on a channel somewhere. and it's a book. Let me find the name of the book, but the book talks about going down the rabbit hole of what makes people happy versus what people chase. So a lot of us are chasing money, and we're chasing wealth, and we're chasing all the things. And the study found that most of the things that people say make them happy, based on science, have nothing to do with money. It's things like spending time with family or friends. It's things like nature. It's things like a good meal, which I guess you can make the argument that has to do with money, but a lot of it has nothing to do with the idea of chasing the bag.
But
And it's
a good meal, to be honest, you don't have to do all the flamboyant things. Like, me and Jimmy go out and Jimmy buys like the bone and filet
hey
mignon.
man, listen
That's
man,
grass fed. That's like $1,000. But
hey
no,
listen
and
man. I
I'll
got
get
I got I got reservations tomorrow at Steak 48, and I'm about to get me the tomahawk. That's like a
by the
ridiculous
way,
amount.
they're not paying us for any advertisement. So
Oh no,
please
I'm
take
just
that
I'm
for the
just
record.
putting it. No, tomorrow is the wife's birthday, so we we
Okay.
we going we going to Steak 48, and first of all, Steak 48 is hilarious too, right? They got nerve to call me today, talk about. All right, we just want to make sure you're still coming. I say yes. You are aware that you can't you got a dress code. I'm like yes. And like the lady straight told me, not
They
even
got
laughing. I'm
I
laughing
will
at her.
say
She
this
like
though. I know they went through a whole shenanigans, but they have great service.
she was like just letting you know that we have a waiting list. So if you can't make it, just let us know because we got a waiting list. If you can't make it within 15 minutes, let us know. I'm like, look, cool. I'm like, cool out, sis.
So how long did you have to reserve that far in
Um,
advance?
it was like a week ago. It wasn't that crazy. Hey yo, hey yo, pause,
All right, I'm here for it
pause.
because Steve is always slandering me.
No,
It's Jimmy's turn.
Steve slanders whoever needs to
He
be
is not
slandered,
equal
man.
opportunity. He is not equal
He's equal
opportunity.
opportunity.
He
Steve,
is
Steve,
not.
you're fair and balanced, man. Pause that too. But no, like, so you're right. That's going to be a drawing meal. But the idea, getting back to the point though, the point is, and the reason I was making this point is because throughout the holiday season, we have spent a lot of time, like with family and friends or whatever, and it's absolutely true that a lot of times it has nothing to do with the chicken. I mean, don't get me wrong. When you got the bread, it gives you more time to have leisure and do what you want to do. But I just think it's something that we should think about as we move into 2026. Like, think about what actually makes you happy and
Correct.
how can you do that.
Yes, I totally agree. Totally agree. I mean, because going back to the event where we started the show, where I pulled all my friends together, and it wasn't just me; it was a team effort, right? Um, it didn't take a whole lot of money. It took effort. That's what it takes. And a lot of times when we get older, we get caught up in life. Bills be billing, them kids be kidding, them tuitions be tuitioning. So it'd be rough out here. But I would say in 2026, if you all could, just take a day and dedicate it and just say to your friends, I love y'all. Let's get together. Let's spend some time and get y'all together, man. Everybody bring something, right? Whether it be a bottle of water or a case of water, some chicken, right? I mean, I brought a bunch of stuff, but whatever it takes, man, whatever it takes to get people together. Because at the end of the day, right, we talk about all this stuff with the community and politics. At the end of the day, the one thing that's been able to sustain Black people was community, was our village.
Hmm.
So when things got eerie and wasn't no food, you could always go to your neighbor. I
Yeah.
won't say always, but a lot of times you can
No, I
go
got
to
what you're
your
saying.
neighbor, right? That there's power in that. That's real wealth. And we need to get back to that. We need to get
Yeah.
back to that.
No, fellowship, man, it's important,
Yeah.
right? So, just wanted to bring that up because I did a lot of that during the holiday season. I was like, man, should be doing way more of this, right? My one takeaway from the last couple of weeks is like you said, it doesn't cost a lot of money all the time. It's
Mm-mm.
just effort.
Yeah.
And going into next year, I think we should do more of it because I think that we fell off a lot with the situation with our sister Tracy. We fell off because she was the person to make sure we always got together.
Oh,
That
you
was
talking
like
about us internally?
internally, but even
Yeah.
externally, like because me and Tracy were in so many different circles together, but that was the role she played,
She was the
and
glue. She was
in
the
all
glue.
those various circles that me and Tracy participated, it kind of fell off with her not being here, in the physical form. So it's like I was thinking about that as this past holiday season is started, and it's not even over yet because we got New Year's coming next week. So just want to bring it up into the village. We need to do more village stuff too. We're gonna get back out in the streets as as a squad. As a
I
matter of fact,
mean, to be fair, I don't think we really fell off, right? I mean, we lost Tracy. I lost my dad.
yes.
There's a lot of other things came in, but we still had what 2 or 3 events last year
We
at
had two. We
least.
had two events last year. We did the we had the one event like so post Tracy. We did well. We did our camp as always, right? We did our
Right.
Saturday school, but we did have an event at Coffee Creams and
Couple,
Dreams.
right. And the last event we did with Tracy was March 8th.
Yes,
And
it
so
was.
time is flying, and so it feels like he's been going so much longer, but it hasn't even been a year yet,
So we
which is
got an
rough.
event coming up on MLK's birthday. Matter of fact, we got a couple events coming up. I'm gonna save that for the next time we do a show, so we
Yeah.
get our full calendar out there. But we have a number of events coming up in January. That for those that listen, if you're in the city, pull up, kick it with us. If you're not in the city, come through. You know what I'm saying?
So Jim, let me ask you this. 2025, and you're a very introspective brother.
Yes.
What do you feel did you fail at or didn't do as well at this year that you would have liked to have? And
Good question.
what do you want to do and implement for 2026? And I'll answer the same question.
That's a great question. That's an excellent question. Um, Man. So I failed at a couple things in retrospect, just thinking it through as you asked that question. First would be like so I've been on a journey health wise to try to get healthier, and I've actually lost over 120 pounds.
Oh,
However,
hold on.
however,
No, you
however,
can't speak past that. You cannot speak past that. Say that again.
I lost
Say
over
that again.
120 pounds.
Congratulations, brother.
You know what I'm saying?
Congratulations.
So and
Health
by
is
the
wealth.
way, that's without using Ozempic. Because if
Mhm.
Ozempic was there when I started, I probably would have used it. That would have been a lot faster. But I digress. But no, I feel like I still didn't get to I didn't get to where I wanted to be from a health standpoint. I'm still struggling like discipline wise in terms of working out.
So
Um,
where'd you want to be?
so and it's funny. I was sharing this with a couple people. I wanted to get to the point where I was at least doing something every day, right? I wanted to do something every day, run a mile a day at least.
Okay.
So it's hard to say I failed completely because I did have some success, but I just didn't get to the point that I wanted to. It didn't become a habit to me, right?
Okay.
I learned that most of it is what you put in your body. Like, so working out is part of it, but I think that the food part, getting my food together, getting my habits with food together was even more important than the workout part. But I haven't really got the workout part where I wanted to be. So I've gotten a lot better in terms of my eating, but I haven't got the other side of it, And if I combine them two, I probably can get to where I want to go to. You know what I'm saying? Like my goal is to be able to run a marathon, do a 5K, do these kind of things that I'm just nowhere nowhere in place to do. So
Well,
those are
hold on.
goals of mine, right?
So
However, I did have some success. I just didn't get to where I wanted to. I still lack discipline when it comes to working out. If I'm being completely transparent. So
let
that's
me ask you a
kind of what I want
question.
to work out. I want to work on my discipline with working out. That's the one big thing. And the other big thing is from a business standpoint, I need to do better at delegating. I got to get better at delegating. So that's kind of something I've always struggled with, and I need to take a lot of things off of my plate and just like simplify life as I get older. Right, I'm in my 40s now. Before I look up, I'll probably be in my 50s. Like I'm not 50 yet, Joe, but I'm in my 40s. So I'm thinking about by the time I turn 50, I want to be on some 4-hour work week type ish. Like I just really want to learn to delegate more, and so that's kind of the two things that I think I feel that business wise is lack of taking things off my plate and delegating, and just personally, I need to get more discipline as it pertains to working out.
Okay. Dope stuff. Dope stuff. Before I give you my answer, I want to ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
You said you want to do a 5K.
Eventually I want to do more than that, but I want to start there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, but that could be the short-term goal.
That's the short term goal. Yes.
So would you like to do one before, let's say, April 2026?
Sure. I mean, you got one in mind?
Yeah. So part of my journey is I want to get back to Broad Street run shape.
Okay.
I ran about 5 of those, which is for y'all who are not in Philly, it's like a 10.5 mile run race down Broad Street, which is the main street in Philadelphia. I've done a couple of those, like 5, but I want to get back to it because I'm nowhere near the where I should be to do that right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, one of the things I was going to do is do a 5K to kind of get back. in the flow of things because I need goals. I know I need goals.
Yeah, yeah.
And the goals along with positive peer pressure is a good thing, right? So, you know, we can architect and design our environments to help our goals. So I think we could do a 5K together.
Okay.
That's something
Let's
we can do
find one.
together.
Let's find one. Set the
Yeah.
date.
I'll
and
find
you know
one,
what I'm saying?
put it out there, and then we can start training for it. And it don't take long. 5K is only about 3.1 miles. You
Mhm.
can do that in about 30 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes. So it's not
I'm with that. I'm with that.
not
Like
bad.
so
Okay.
that's something I definitely want to get better at and work on is that side of it. I
Okay.
think I've gotten a handle on like my eating. You know what I'm saying? I still pun out from here and there. Like tomorrow when I go to Steak 48, I'm getting the tomahawk. But I digress.
But here's the thing going on with Jim, right? He might get the tomahawk. He'll take like 2 or 3 bites, and then he'll box
I'll
it and he'll
save it for
take it all.
later.
He'll
But
save it later.
that comes from listen. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. How I did it, I hired professionals. I hired a dietitian. I've got all my blood work. I actually just again, it sounds crazy, right? Because you do dumb stuff. You eat crazy trying to make money, and then use the money to try to figure out like, well, I could have just
Right.
worked out.
Yeah.
So I spent money on professionals, and one of the things is like learn to eat slower, do what you said. So when me and Kamari go out, I'll get a to go box right away, pack half of it right up, and you know what I'm saying? Like those are things that
Oh,
I had to
so is that
learn.
okay? So is that a strategy? Is
It's
that because
absolutely a strategy.
so it's not because you're full? You're saying
Well,
you're
that's the thing. By eating slower, I do get full. Like a lot of times, right? What I've realized personally, this is something I've realized by again hiring professionals.
Mhm.
I'm eating so fast that I don't even realize that if I slow down, it takes less food to fill me up. So when we go out to eat, the reason I always take like half of it right away and just put it to a box is 'cause I know I'm gonna eat the rest of the food slow. I'll be good.
So that's almost like pay yourself first.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah.
That's a way to look at it.
Yeah. So he's like, all right, I get all this money. I'm gonna take this piece off the top. I'm gonna put it away. I'm not even gonna spend it. It's not available to use. You're taking that food off the plate. It's not available to eat. And that's how you maintain smaller
And that's the
portion
crazy
size.
part though, because then I end up with food later. It actually is a wealth trick too, right? Because first of all, something else I gotta tell y'all too. Kamari's like an old school mobster, right? Kamari don't go to no restaurant. Kamari only eats at steakhouses. They got like the dimly lit lights because he's a mobster, right? Kamari eats like a mobster. So we don't when me and Kamari go out, we don't go to Applebee's or we don't go to, you know what I'm saying, Friday. We be eating in steakhouses. So I say that to say the stuff has a great reheat value too. So it actually saves me money because listen, I got a couple meals right now.
So I want y'all to know your boy Jimmy's a liar.
What you mean?
Most of the
Last
spots we go
several
to
times we went to eat.
are his recommendations.
Here you go. Here you
Lying?
go.
Am I lying?
No, because here's the thing. I'll throw 3 places out there. Once the steakhouse comes out, it don't matter what the other ones don't matter. I tell you, Kamari be out here moving like a mobster, yo.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Okay. All right. So that's one thing, man. I'm gonna hold you to it. You hold me to
Okay.
it. We're gonna do a 5K.
Let's do it. We're
Hopefully
gonna do a
everybody
5K, y'all.
hopefully everybody in the chat will in the village will
Yes, by this summer
encourage.
we're gonna be a April. We said April, May, around there.
Yeah. Well, so the Broad Street run is the first week of May. So I'm looking
Okay.
to be Broad Street run ready by the first week of May. So I'm looking to do one maybe in March.
Okay.
March or April, one of them.
Listen, I'm about to start my training this week, man. I got the Peloton downstairs. I'm about to do they got a
So
5K
listen,
joint on there.
I got something for you. Download Couch to 5K.
I did that. I
And
did that years ago and ended up deleting it, but that's another story. Listen,
add
man.
it back on.
God is working on me, man.
Add it back on because it'll just tell you walk, run, 30 seconds walk, 30 seconds run, or whatever the iterations are. But it works. It works and it builds up to that. So for me, and I know I got to give myself some grace, but I feel like one of my biggest failings this year I was not pleased with. One, I'm not spending enough time with family. That's one. 2, I feel like business this year, and again, I got to give myself grace because this year was a crazy year. I was not at my best at all because I really believe in customer service, client service, and I feel like a lot of things were not. I didn't meet the mark with doing with a lot of my clients in terms of phone calls, returning. And listen, I'm in an industry where people have major anxiety, and so while I'm going through what I'm going through with my dad, people and their anxiety, it just took me all the way over the top because a lot of times I'm the bouncing board for those things. And I must always maintain good composure and all of that and have a plan. And some days I want to just be like, I don't know what you got. I mean, I do know, but it's just like, I don't want the responsibility to try to figure out your thing right now. I'm trying to figure out my things and everything else going on around me. But that's the business I'm in, right? So I got to be able to deal with that. So that's the one thing. And, I feel like, and in the midst of all the chaos this year, I did not work out the way I was supposed to.
But it's funny
So
because all those things are seemingly connected, though, right?
they are. Stress level, all of that.
But you do have to give yourself some grace, man. Like you lost your father, which is like, you lose a piece of you. Um, and I think about that, right? Because I lost my mother-in-law this past year, and I saw how it affected my wife and how, like, for a period of time she was dealing with the same thing you are, just like falling off of a lot of stuff, processing the grief, and everybody processes grief in a different way. And I think that part is not talked about enough, right? When you talk about being a professional, being someone that holds licenses and you have clients and things like that, like dealing with still your personal life, your loss, that's a real thing.
Here's the thing. Nobody gives a fuck about that.
But that's the other part. Your clients are like, look, I still need what I need. They don't care. But I think that's something that we have to give each other grace. Some people are just bad because they're just bad at what they do.
But you know what's crazy, dog? The day of my father's funeral, a client texted me and asked me about this stuff. And I communicated with my clients and let them know what was going on. And I was like, damn, people really don't care.
Yeah, man. But I think about that often when I'm just like navigating outside. When I'm in the street and you talking to people, you never know what anybody is dealing with.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful, man, because you could say something to set someone off. Like it's just because all of us are on this floating rock trying to figure things out, and we're dealing with like loss. We're dealing with all kinds of things, and we got to have grace for each other.
I agree with that. I do.
But something you said is important too, though. The one thing you said you did do is you communicated that, because communication is also key.
I mean, I did, but yeah.
If someone doesn't know what you're going through is one thing, but if someone knows and they're still being an a-hole, it's like, come on, cuz.
Yeah.
But in the words of the GOAT, PJ Morton, you got to give yourself some grace and give yourself some space to feel.
Are those bars from one of his songs, Jimmy?
Yeah.
So also, the other thing,
it's called Watch the Sun, but I digress. Go ahead.
The one thing I do regret is that I didn't have a chance to take Jimmy to more Eric Roberson shows.
Hold up, I might have an Eric Roberson album right now. You don't have though, dog.
You do have one I don't have.
Yeah, so come on, man. Step your game up, man. What you doing, man?
Nah, so listen, the job was accomplished, right? The job was accomplished. Did you like the project?
I do. Listen. Okay. I told you. Listen, I'm not a hater. I'm not a hater. That's your guy. You put me down with him, right? But I'm a huge fan now. Outside, and I want to do a video about this in the village. Outside of his music, which he's super dope, I'm a fan of him as a businessman.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of him as I've seen him run his family business in front of me twice now, and it's like it's super impressive. It's super impressive because you don't see too many independent art. I mean, you see independent artists in the rock space. You see independent artists, even if you look at what's the brother's name from Kansas City? The rapper. Tech Nine. I don't know if any of y'all have ever seen Tech Nine's business, but it's a YouTube video where he breaks down his business and his warehouses. It's one of the most impressive videos I've ever seen on YouTube.
Tech Nine is probably the richest rapper out there.
He's probably the richest rapper out there, and most people don't even know who he is. But it's a video on YouTube where he breaks down his business. It was one of the most impressive things I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. But you don't hear too many R&B soul artists that kind of run an independent business empire. And I've watched him, and he got his family working with him. His wife is there. It's like, it was super impressive. So you made me a super fan of Eric Roberson to the point now that I have albums.
Okay, so maybe I was wrong. The job was done. The job
was done. The job was done. But also, getting back to your point, though, just give yourself some grace, brother. Like, you had a huge loss this year. I know what it's like. I lost both my parents, so I know what that's like. So you got to give yourself some grace. And the thing is, like I told you when we first started today, man, you got more time to get better at whatever it is we do. You always want to get better.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's just weird. I feel weird even talking about it because, as men, as black men, we're never supposed to be vulnerable.
Nah.
we're never supposed to talk about the things that are bothering us. You know, that old school wisdom is we just power through it. We muscle through it. We make it happen, which I do respect in a large degree as well, because that is true also. But,
It's also that's
you know,
about protection, but I think there's something important about being vulnerable and also being honest, right?
with your people.
Because yeah, because the thing about
Yeah,
it is honesty is powerful.
correct.
None of us are perfect. I struggle every day with certain things, man. Like I tell you all the time, I struggle with
Like how you just lied
survivor's
plenty
guilt.
about the steakhouse.
I struggle with a lot, bro. But at the end of the day, though, what I realize is that I always try to look at it from a macro standpoint. Yeah, we are literally all of us are on a floating rock trying to figure out life. You know what I'm saying? They
That's
always say
correct.
that your adulthood is like spent getting over the trauma of your childhood.
That's a fact
So
too.
so when you think about it from that standpoint, it's like nobody has it all figured out. You see people, I've seen people like online and to the average person, it looks like they have everything figured out. And you get to know them and you realize they're a mess.
Yep.
They're a
Yep.
mess. I've met celebrities who are absolute mess. In front of the camera, they look like, you know, they got it all figured out, but none of us have it all figured out. I don't care if you have $1 billion or you got $2. None of us have it all figured out. So
So I
that's
want
one
to,
of the reasons why I'm okay with like just being honest.
yeah, yeah. But before we get to these comments, right? Tell us, what were some of your biggest successes, and so what were some of your biggest failures this year? What are you going to do to make them better?
I saw a number of people like, you know, really resonate with the whole health thing. Like a lot of us, you know, are trying to, you know, get that part straight.
Okay. All right. So Jig asked, what? So I did a couple. I've done, and Jim's done several too with
Yeah,
Erica.
yeah,
Erica
yeah.
Williams, smart, classy climb. Because we actually talk to
So
Erica a lot too. She's
listen,
funny.
shout out to Erica, man. Me, Kamar, and Erica are in the group chat, man, and she's
Yeah.
always like dropping knowledge. She was giving us game yesterday in the group chat. You know, we were talking about like certain individuals, but I digress there. But you know,
No
Erica is
comment.
super
No
smart.
comment.
Erica is super smart, super talented, and we
Yes,
definitely
she is.
appreciate Erica.
That's my dog. That's my dog. All right, Jim, this is a question for you. XRP, yes or no, and why?
For me, XRP is a no because there to me there's no value in me holding XRP. The whole ISO blow all the nonsense they talk about is nothing but verbiage at this point. And I haven't seen there's no reason for me to want to accumulate an asset that has a company behind it who is the number one holder of XRP. So I'm looking for true decentralization. And to me, I buy Bitcoin and Bitcoin only. So for me personally, I don't, you know, I don't disparage anybody that wants to buy XRP. Like, do your thing. I don't get into the debate anymore.
What's that term,
Um,
Jim? Your Bitcoin what? Bitcoin,
or people call me a Bitcoin maxi.
yeah, Bitcoin Maxi. That was
And
hilarious.
technically, the term Bitcoin maxi was made to disparage people, but I think I'm a freedom maxi. True freedom is decentralization. True freedom isn't Ripple. True freedom isn't being able to be hauled into court. So I'm a freedom maxi. If that means only Bitcoin, it means only Bitcoin.
All right. Also, if you can plant a fruit tree in a community garden so everyone can enjoy it, ooh, that is a great idea.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Shout to
Yeah, that's a
Thunder.
great idea. So we do have to start doing things that not just benefit ourselves, but benefits our village and our overall community as human beings overall. So
Yes,
yes.
yes.
All right, just seeing where someone mentioned that generational wealth and legacy is beyond money. It is. It extends to passing down relationships. It is networks and community to your loved ones as well. So it's funny you should say that.
Last Friday, that was the title of our video, wasn't it?
I don't remember, but
Last Friday, we talked about generational wealth being more than money.
I mean, I know I've been talking about it a lot, right? Because I've been talking about the dark side of generational wealth.
Hmm.
But one of my dad's best friends just called me like 2 days ago just to check on me. And technically, I should have called him, but he called me just to check on me. And that was his homie. And I know he's a man that if I called him and I needed something, he would be there for me. And like a lot of times, I don't think we really give a lot of weight to our parents' relationships, the ones we benefit from or can benefit from, but they're absolute gold, you know?
No, that's an excellent point, man.
Yeah.
One of the best things that my parents did was picking my godparents.
Mm,
My godfather, my godmother are amazing. They have been in my life. They check on me all the time, and it's funny because people get mad at me when I say this, but when you're picking godparents for your kids, just don't pick the person that you find to be the most responsible. Yo, stop picking your unemployed broke friend that you just party with all the time. Like, pick someone. Take that serious, right? Because they have been like anchors in my entire life. At every go, like you know what I'm saying. Like so, yeah. So that's one of the things I've always given credit to both my parents for. Like my
But I don't
uncle,
think people take godparents as seriously as they used to, and they should, because technically they're a part of family. That covenant in and of itself is saying, "Yo, you're part of family."
Yes, and make your first child be a masculine child.
All right, Don Johnson says, "I failed at my health journey to a point." Well, you
To a
didn't
point.
fail. You just didn't hit all your goals.
He wasn't strapping up on his $40 dates.
Oh,
I'm joking, John. Don, I'm joking, bro. I'm just joking with you, beloved.
Don doesn't go $40 dates.
Appreciate that.
All
Appreciate
right.
that.
What up, Joyful? I failed miserably in my health goals. Okay. Well,
Hey,
listen.
listen,
So
we got time to
all
get
can do
better
this
though.
together. Yeah, we can all do this together. What is your goal, Joyful? What are you trying to
Hey,
do?
we got time to get it together. That's all.
Dina, what up? What up? You can
Dina!
walk the 5K. Sign up for one. You're right. You can walk
Yes,
the
that's
5K.
what we got to do. We got to sign up.
Yeah,
Kamar, we got to find one, man. As soon as you find one, let me know.
that's not a problem. That's not a problem.
Kamar ripped up with that voice demanding the rent. Where's my money? I'm paying in advance and online.
I don't get what that. I don't know. I'm missing.
You saying you be using your voice to scare people into paying your rent, man.
Well, Jimmy can tell you that hasn't worked very successfully.
Hey, Stu, your rent's due, mother.
I got 2 tenants who have not paid rent since 2024 right now.
Yeah, man. Although I got one of them on a hook now. We about to set up her lease this week.
Okay,
So-
because I was not to talk family business, but I was going to say if they can't do it this week, we're going to move for eviction. But okay.
Oh yeah. We before.
Okay.
Listen.
Because we done gave way.
Yeah, that's an
time.
offline combo. But yeah, we going. Yeah, you gotta masticate your food for better digestion. Yeah. So Jamil,
too
it's funny,
slow.
right?
So that means too slow, right?
Yeah, so it's funny, right? Because some of these things are common sense to most, but this goes into this. I don't want to take a deep dive into propaganda and all the things, but going down a health journey and trying to get my life right, I realized just how much nonsense you were fed and how much corporations kind of dictate everything, even from the food pyramid.
Everything.
Even from the food pyramid was a scam. Like learning that was kind of crazy.
The food pyramid is such bullshit.
It's a scam, right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
listen, milk does not do the body good.
Like, I you know what I learned as an adult, and y'all gonna laugh at me when I say this, right? But again, I had health class in school, but you know what I'm saying, they just taught us like, not to be fornicating. That's they spent most of their time telling us about sexual health. But it's crazy because the realization, I didn't learn this just now. I learned this maybe, but I still was an adult. I'll be honest with you, I was an adult when I found out that like carbohydrates like turn to sugar. Like, no one told me that as a kid. Like the idea of what sugar does to your body, just the idea of sugar alone, right? The idea of what sugar does to your body. And it's like, the more I learn, the more I study, I go down rabbit holes. I'm like, yo, why is this not a drug?
It is a drug. It might be the most successful.
Why is it not treated like a drug?
Created, yeah.
I'm just saying, to help for my journey personally, in terms of learning about nutrition. And again, I say I learned a lot of this years ago because, I'm gonna be honest with you. Most of the health, the stuff I learned about food, I learned from Eat to Live by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Shout out to Elijah.
But taking it serious and really studying the science of it all is kind of crazy, because I realized how much propaganda and how much nonsense I learned as a kid, and how much corporations have kind of ruined us all.
So Jim, I know you travel the YouTubes and the social media spaces.
Yes.
Eating one meal a day, or what is it? OMAD.
OMAD.
It, like, that's a whole thing now. Elijah Muhammad talked about that in the 50s, I think it was. Or the
60s. That was the whole premise of Eat to Live.
It's wild. And it's like, so it's so funny. Like when you go back and you look at some of those teachings, when you do the knowledge, a lot of them were spot on.
Yeah, his thing was no pork. Like if you could eat beef, but eat beef sparingly.
Yeah.
A lot of chicken, a lot of fish. 1 meal a day.
Yeah.
Stay hydrated, drink the water. But Thunder says Kamari in a three-piece pinstripe suit of the state. Listen, I tell you, Kamari out here moving like a mobster, y'all.
First of all, I don't like suits. I'm probably the only guy. I don't like getting dressed up, y'all. You know what I like to wear? A black hoodie, black sweatsuit. I wear those
But
all
here's
day
the
long.
thing, though. That's how the
I
bouncers
will,
dress
I
now in
will,
2025 anyway.
I will wear quarter zip. I've been wearing quarter zips before the young boys were printing with the matcha.
Yeah, man. They definitely. It's it actually. I'm a hater a little bit.
Nah,
I
I'm
just
not.
told
I
y'all I'm not
love
a
it.
hater 10 minutes
I
ago.
love it. I
No, I
love it.
love it, but I
Yeah.
hate when people see me because I've been wearing the quarter zip has always been the go-to, right?
Yeah, it's always been a staple of my wardrobe.
Yeah, it's always been a go-to. But now, like last week, again, I was at another one of them Christmas events, and I had a quarter zip on. Somebody's like, "Oh, you got the quarter zip like the young boys." I was like, "Come on, man."
I am Uncle Jimmy. They learned from me.
I'm like, "Come on." I'm like, "Come on, man."
Jim,
Anyway,
how often do you use your meta glasses? He uses them daily.
so Jamil, I'll be honest with you. I was about to say something
He
real trifling,
records
but I'm
them without people's consent, like me.
here. You go, here you go. That's because you was slandering our sister, and I wanted to get it on tape. I got it on tape. You
I
slandering
should sue
Courtney.
your ass.
I got it on. Listen, man. With that being said, though, the whole listen, it was beeping. It was showing you there was recording.
I was
So,
busy moving, man.
but I want to answer this question honestly, Jamil. The first month I had him, I used them every day. I was going around walking through properties. But to be honest with you, to be very transparent with you, I don't use them that much. I don't use them that much. The
Is
the
it
the
because you
novelty
forget?
the novelty wore off kind of fast, and now 90% of the time they're not even on. They're prescription in here, so I wear them, but I don't record that often. I don't use the AI tools that often because I talk to my phone. Like, so you know, Steve said something that I was going to say, but I would chill. That's why I said I'm gonna leave that alone. I was going to say something crazy, but to be answer with you, the answer to a question though, Jamil, is the novelty wore off pretty fast.
Oh,
So
wow.
Lorraine says I should get back to racing as well. Did 6 half marathons, 15
Ooh,
5Ks, 10Ks, and damn. Go ahead, Lorraine.
go ahead, Lorraine. Lorraine, what's your average time for a mile? Just curious. 1 second.
Procrastination was a challenge this year. Yeah, that's a thing. That is a thing. That's a thing.
Okay, look
Looking
at
to
some.
buy back your time by Dan Martell. That might help with delegating. Never read that. Edvard, appreciate you, Edvard. So,
We were
Edvard,
just talking about
I've
him,
been
right?
meaning, I've been meaning to shoot you a message too, Edvard, because me and Kamari have been talking about
Oh, yeah.
some deals, man. I know you, I know you be having deals. You got anything in Philadelphia? Please get with me, man. We looking at doing some things, man. So, go back to that book. I'm gonna find that book real quick, Kamari, because
Dan Martell. I'm
Dan
on the phone.
Martell. It's called Buy Back Your Time. Okay, all right, got it. Dan Martell. Thank you.
Damn, Joyful, you sound like me. All right, so your goals are lose weight, get off blood pressure meds, stop your stressing over everything. That's
Oh, it's on
everything I'm
Audible
working
too.
on. That's everything I'm working on myself. Steve says corporations were telling folks cigarettes were good for you. Right. Right.
Yeah, man.
They were straight evil. All right, you should eat less carbs the older you get. Yeah, that's a fact.
This is absolute fact.
Especially when you're not moving as much.
Absolute fact.
Okay, look at the book. All right. So that's
All
another
right.
book for us to read, y'all.
All right, I just ordered the book, Edvard. I appreciate that. I love a good book recommendation.
We can tell. I know that's slander about something.
Sugar is legal cocaine. It lights up the same region of your brain and is addictive as well. They are just okay with the side effects of it. Yeah, man. There's no way that it shouldn't be considered a narcotic, man. The more I study, I'm like, what's going on? Yes, sir. Rice, beans, corn, potatoes, bread turns into sugar in your bloodstream. Yes, it
Yep. Yes, it does. And that's all the stuff we love.
Steve, that's the.
Oh, wow.
See, Steve, I was going to make a comment like that, but I'm trying to keep it PC, man. KRS was talking things about the FDA on edutainment that people are just catching up on now. Listen, man, KRS was so far ahead of his time that his parents haven't met yet.
Yeah.
The Jeff Galloway walk run method around 12 miles. Okay. And listen, it doesn't matter whether you do it super slow or not. It's about getting it done.
Well, it's funny when you do like zone 2 training, it's really, really effective. Zone 2 hard training, and you could walk and basically get in zone 2. You don't have to do a whole lot.
Yeah.
Nutricide.
All right,
Oh,
hold on. Is that
I
the
know
book?
that brother. I know that brother. That's the brother.
Hold up. Let me see. Let me see what that is. Nutricide Layla Africa. Let me see if I can find that. That
I'm
sounds like
sure
one of
you.
them.
I'm sure you've
That's
seen him.
that sound like one of them books that sound like one of them books that Amazon ain't gonna carry.
All right,
Oh,
Edvard
I
sent you a
found it.
message.
That joint got a subtitle to it. Nutricide is called The Nutritional Destruction of the Black Race. Woo,
Mm.
that sounds heavy. The Remedy by Supernova. All right, so we got books recommendations flying out. I gotta set my 2026 reading list up.
So listen, one thing I feel we have failed, you and I, Jim and Corey, we have not been on our book club. So a
So
lot of these
shout out to
books
Jarrell.
that well, hold
Jarrell
on.
has
A lot of these
volunteered
books,
to run it. We just gotta
yeah,
find time.
yeah, but at the end of the day, it's still our responsibility. So we have not done that. We have failed at that. So we got to do a better job.
I agree. And shout out to Jarrell, because Jarrell is gonna, take charge of that within the village. We definitely want to get that. But we got some great recommendations already right there.
So let's
Oh, he said that wasn't slander. He was talking about you not liking to wear suits.
Nutricide, the nutritional destruction of the black race. Wow. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Okay. Do they have it on Audible? I'm getting to the point, man. I don't like to read. I think that's kind of dangerous.
Yeah, you gotta read something, man. I'm
I
I'm
mean,
I'm
I do.
physically reading a book right now. Well, I got a couple books. One is a reread. One is a reread, and the other one is Black Power in Palestine. Is one of the books that I got the I
Is
actually
that
have a
Dr.
Kindle.
Mark?
I have a Kindle version. Nah. That is by, I'm gonna tell you right now, because it's right here. Black Power in Palestine, Michael Fishbaum.
Mm.
Also, I'm rereading this book here. I always go back to this book every once in a while and read a chapter. This is one of the
The Browder Files, Anthony Browder. Shout out to
yes.
him.
Yes, I'm rereading this too. I was just reading a chapter here last week. Actually, I'm about to shoot a video in the village about this chapter. But this is one of those, man. I don't know if y'all have ever read this book,
The Browder
but it's
Files.
one of those books.
I've read it a long time ago. Long time ago.
But this chapter just resonated with me, and I said, I'm not in school no more, so I can't do book reports. So I'm just gonna create a video on it. But this chapter right here is called "Hustlers Die Young."
Ooh.
Yeah, yeah. So,
All right, so tell us why you want to do a review on that real quick.
well, because the idea, everybody likes to sit up here and talk about I'm a hustler, this, that, and the third, and it's never about building anything long term, and it's all about consumerism. It's not about building, and it's not about creating anything of value that kind of benefits others. Is baked in selfishness. And the way Dr. Anthony Browder broke it down and gave examples of why we fall for this is pretty profound. And the crazy part about this chapter is probably like 3 or 4 pages, but it's some of the most powerful pages in this whole thing. But the Browder Files in general is one of the most powerful books I've ever read, and helped shape some of my thinking. So, but this specific chapter, I'm going to do a video on this chapter in the village, and you got to be in the village to get this video I'm doing too. Go to blackwealthrebels.com and do it.
What's the name of the book again? Tell them the name of the book again.
The name of this book again is called The Browder Files by Anthony Browder. From the Browder File. There you go. It's 22 essays on the African American experience. So, any of you guys ever read this book before? Let me know if you ever read this book before, From the Browder File.
So listen, Dr. Browder has a lot of stuff on YouTube. I would encourage anybody to watch some of his stuff. He's always dropping gems. Always dropping gems. Yeah, Steve, we woke up.
Oh, y'all woke. The way woke has been rebranded is sad.
Yep. Lorraine says, has anyone tried beet juice to reduce blood pressure? FYI, sugar/carbs is the #1 contributor to blood pressure, not salt. That is a fact. Salt is a mineral that we all need in our body. That is very true. So one of my feelings, I haven't juiced enough. I used to juice a lot. I juice beets. I juice all the quote unquote nasty stuff. Listen, you put a beet, an apple, a little bit of lemon, I can rock with it. Sometimes I'll even juice beets without anything because the nitric oxide in it is supposedly really good for blood vessel dilation, which is a major problem with blood pressure as well. So, yeah.
You get your sea moss from King Erner, you put it in your juices.
I do get sea moss. It's funny. Somebody just sent me some sea moss tablets. I'm going to re-up on them. Philly is the Hotep capital of the world. Listen, Hotep is a great word. Hotep might be the worst rebrand in woke, but they both are pretty bad. But I know it's a joke now.
Yeah, I got a whole chapter about hoteps in one of my books, but I got a new
Oh,
word for
Lord.
it though, Steve. I don't call them hoteps. I call them maches.
That's even bad. That's even worse. That's even worse.
I don't know if we're the hotep capital of the world though. That's got to be New York. It's got to be like Harlem or something, right? Or Detroit maybe. We up there.
We up there.
I'm not
We up
denying.
there.
I'm not denying that we up there. But Detroit is hotepped out too, dog.
So Detroit, Chicago, like there's a
I
lot
guess
of
it's all the
places.
big
that-
cities, but I guess the
Yeah.
big cities.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Harlem got a different level of hotep, dog.
That's because you was watching Sinetta and Polite all them.
Hey, listen, man. Shout to Sinetta, man. I don't slander Sinetta like some of y'all, man.
No, I'm
Sinetta
not slandering Sinetta.
Sinetta is necessary, man.
I'm not slandering Sinetta. He did a lot of good work, man. In my opinion, he did a lot of good work.
Yo, did you see that? Did you see that video? Yo, Hassan Campbell is one of the most interesting figures in the history of
The
YouTube.
one where he said he got booked for attempted murder 3 times or something like that.
No, it's a recent video. It happened a couple
No, that
weeks
was
ago.
pretty
He was in a
recent.
call. He was in a call with these gentlemen, and he's telling the dude that he hates him. He was like, "Yo, I hate you. Matter of fact, let's meet up and die." It was one of the most outrageous videos. Hey, Jamil, I know you know the video. I know if nobody has seen it, Jamil saw it. And he's telling the boy to meet him in front of the precinct so they could bang out. Like, this is how much I hate you. That I want to meet you in front of the precinct and we could die tonight. Like, this is literally what he's telling the dude on it.
But here's my thing, right?
It was the most unhinged video I ever seen.
But
And I laughed and watched it 47 times. Like, what?
But here's
How do
my
you even
thing.
come up with that part?
And maybe I'm just out of touch. I don't know why anybody would watch Hassan Campbell. He brings absolutely no value. Absolutely none. In my opinion.
Okay, that's fine.
Only opinion. So I don't get it. But like, he's a documented liar. He exaggerates about everything.
That video was out of control. All right, Steve saw it. Jamil, I know Jamil saw it because Jamil be in these YouTube streets worse than me. That was the craziest video I might have saw in 2020. That's the craziest video in 2025. All right, so Jamil says, I read the Browder Files at 17. It connected the geopolitical dots that was above my head reading Behold a Pale Horse and blacked out through whitewash. Behold the Pale Horse is a little, I'm going to call it esoteric for lack of a better word. But the Browder is definitely is plain speaking a beautiful way. You know, I'm a complex man drawn off of simplicity. That was a common bar, but it's true.
What's he doing? Yo, man, you want a dog?
Yo, what's your dog doing?
I don't know. My dog's been wilding out, man. Like, he's been growling around food time.
He hungry, man.
Nah, I thought we got past that. So that's like a whole food aggression thing. Yeah.
Don't tell me you about to pull out the shot collars, man. Leave them things alone, man.
They actually work though. I have a lot of people
I'm pretty sure they do.
that swear by them. Especially when letting your dog run. So I do want my dog to run. So it's hard to let him off leash and not have any control. So I can see the value of shot collar.
Man, I almost you talk about being transparent. I was in the trenches today, like looking at some real estate, right? And this dude had this big ass pit bull off a leash. And his pit bull started running towards me. And you know, so I do what I was supposed to do. And he like, yo, I'm saying, you better get your damn dog. I was about to send him to meet his ancestors, dog. He going to heaven, so you know, all dogs go to heaven, but you gotta be careful with these dogs off a leash. Like,
so
you know,
and that's a real thing, man. People think that a lot of people think they can walk their dog on leash. And some people can, but everybody can't.
and it's funny, I was there with my man Kerry, he was there. He went grip too. We both was like on the same type time. And once dude started screaming, that's when the dog finally like chill. But I was telling him, I was like, dog, you gotta be careful. Like, I'm a dog lover, but at the end of the day, I love me too. Like I say the dog was huge. So, be careful with the off the leash stuff, man. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it takes a lot. It takes a lot of training to get to that point.
yes, it does. Yes, it does.
It's a lot of training.
Yeah. So Steve saw it. Jamil, tell me you saw that video. So Jamil says that Dyson can't. Dyson, you call him Dyson. Dyson, yo, call him Dyson Campbell. Jamil is out of control with his nicknames. Has a new podcast test running on Vlad. Oh, I didn't know that. Yo, Vlad is really he'll put anybody on if he feel like he can make some money with him. Never trust a man who moans while he talks.
Who moans? Who is he talking about?
I guess he's talking about Thyson, as he calls him. So Joyful says people need to be careful with that. Mine got off, and thank God he didn't get anybody. But we were supposed to go to court over another dog that got attacked. Yeah, that's the other thing too. It can put you in legal trouble too. So be careful with that. Yeah. So anyway, side note too, Kumar. I'm going to tell you this too. I'm going to take a picture and send it to you. Those doorstop joints, I got them.
Oh, you got them? Did you try it?
Yeah, I got them. I got that. I was in the churches putting them on my property. So I got them on a couple different properties. But yeah, they work.
I got it. Let's try it and rate it 1 through 10.
Anyway, man. Listen, before we get out of here tonight, though, can y'all do us a favor? Give us a good hashtag so we can do our Bitcoin giveaway. Remember, if you win, you have to let us know that you're still here. You have to go to the village. We only taking it in the village. And you have to send us a message with your Lightning address. In order to get your Lightning address, you go to your Cash App, hit Bitcoin, hit receive, right? And once you hit receive, it'll be a big QR code. You tap the QR code, and then you get your Lightning address, specifically looking for the Lightning address. As an aside, SoFi, one of my favorite companies, has crypto now, which is interesting. So I copped some Bitcoin on SoFi today. I'm gonna test it out, see what it's like, see the fees in relation to my big four that I buy on, and that doesn't include Coinbase. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to know what the big four are, you got to be in the village. But I'm testing out SoFi to see how that works. Also, as an aside, Kamari, I bust a move in the market today, and every time I bust a move in the market, I be sitting there thinking like, why I put up with these raggedy ass tenants? So I sold some cash secure puts today on SoFi, as a matter of fact. $25 cash secure put. Each contract paid me like $50.
Nice.
I did like 4 of them. So you know what I'm saying, I got like $200, but I was sitting there thinking like that's gonna be the equivalent of one rental property. And I did it out 28 days, about a month. So $200 is already in my account. Either I'm going to get assigned the shares at $25, or if it goes up, I won't get assigned the shares. But if I don't get assigned the shares, I'm gonna run a play again next month. If I do get signed the shares, I'm going to sell cover calls on it. So.
And who did you buy that on?
I actually did this on Schwab.
Okay.
I did it on Schwab.
All right. So I found the Son Campbell joint. So let's see what you were talking about.
Oh, you found it. I can't hear it though. Can you hear it?
It's on mute. Let's try it again.
The most unhinged thing
you'll ever hear.
Pull
up in front of the motherfucking precinct and let's bang out. Right down the block. You know where it's at. You studied my whole neighborhood. Or pull up in front of the Kmart and let's bang out and let's do it on camera. I throw my life away and you throw your life away right now. Right now. Let's do it for the camera. Right now. And if you win, I'll make sure I got like $70,000 in my pocket. If you body me, you can take the money. Right now. I hate you, nigga. Let's die. Right now. Pull up because you're familiar with this town. Let's go right now. Matter of fact, you know what? I got $70,000 right now. You pull up at Kmart. You ain't even got to put them out.
All right, that's too much trauma for me.
Yo, how do you even respond to that? So that was my trick in the nigga versus Kamar likes to say, but how do you even respond to that? That is so unhinged.
I don't know why people watch them, but okay.
That's why, because for entertainment value, people like watching crash outs.
Yeah, yes, watching crash. I mean, listen, man, everybody's gonna watch a train crash. I get it.
Because most of the clips that he has that goes viral is him crashing. Like he crashed out in the projects that time. That was
that was fake when he fake shot himself or whatever. Yeah. Okay.
Oh my god. All right, so shout to Warren too. He said juxtaposition. I used the word juxtaposition in a conversation we were having in the village. He was like, "Yo, I gotta look it up." So,
Lorraine, a 12-minute mile is not slow. You are faster than me. way faster than me. Yep, it is all right with the break.
How you go all that far back?
No, I wanted to highlight Lorraine's
Okay.
response. That's all. It's not many Kmart's left.
Nah, ain't none in the city.
All right, so we got a couple. All right, Jamil, lace us with the stat.
Yo, I read a story the other day that I had to do more research on, and shout out to my guy Ruben.
Oh, hold on. Heal thyself, well, Queen of Football. I heard that one's.
I'm familiar with that one. So shout out to my Jewish brother Ruben. He's my Jewish homie that loves R&B music, so we call him Judasy. But that's another story. But he sent me something the other day, right? That I never knew this. Did you know that Woolworth rebranded to become Foot Locker?
No.
I didn't either. I looked it up and it was true. It said Woolworth, right? When they were 5 and down, Woolworth or whatever, one of the things they did was they bought the company known as Foot Locker. And when Woolworth was going down, everything was losing, they said, let's put all of our resources behind one of our sub brands, and we're rebranding and turning it into Foot Locker. Foot Locker is Woolworth. That's
But wait a minute, Foot
history.
Locker just got brought out by Dick's, right?
Yes, they did. But Woolworth, like, I didn't know that. Like, I looked it up and it was true. Like, Woolworth rebranded into Foot Locker. Like, they had Foot Locker as one of their subsidiaries, and they took all their resources and said, let's get rid of the Woolworth and put everything into Foot Locker. So
that's an interesting thing because I'm just looking at it here, like that happened in like 1974. So you talk about the life cycle of a company or a brand.
But here's the thing, I never knew that. It's crazy because I went to business school. We studied all sorts of like case studies. I never heard that before. Did you know that?
No, I never heard of that before. First time hearing it. I was today years old.
So shout to my guy Judas. He put me down with that. So yeah, it was kind of crazy.
All right. End of year 2025 hashtag. All right. Hashtag village vids. Okay.
Listen, hey Jimmy, I'm trying to get Kamari to like, drop his work, man. We you know what I'm saying? I'm like Lil Wayne right now. 08.
Go off, man. Go off. Fire, man. Simmons.
Yo, Jamil got shit with these nicknames, yo.
Oh, I like that. Black Hawk Rebels. I think that's
I like
it,
that.
y'all.
That's fire.
I think that's it, y'all.
That's fire. There we go. That's how we ending off this year. Black Hawk Rebels. I love it.
Thank you, Lorraine. I think that's it, y'all. What y'all think?
I like that. That's what we rolling with, man. He too old to be a crash out. He like 50.
Hey, and Jarrell, also, I got your video about the fixed annuity. I will definitely review that. I'll do it in the village. I work on it this weekend.
Let's get it. Hashtag priorities.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, y'all think it's Black Hawk Rebels, y'all.
Black Hawk Rebels is fire.
Hashtag brother. Listen, I'm a big fan of Anthony Brother. I want to meet that brother.
Foot Locker was war. Yeah, I just learned that recently, and it blew my mind when I looked it up. Like, wow.
Black Hawk Rebels.
Yo, Woolworth used to be that work, man. I remember Woolworth back when, what was that, 11th and Market? They had the Woolworth.
But they had one on Charlotte Avenue, right?
Yeah. I used to be the Jones. That's back when the gallery was popping, and the gallery had the only Chick-fil-A in the whole city for like 30 years.
They had a stronghold.
Back when Chick-fil-A used to be good. Chick-fil-A trash now. I never thought I'd say this, but yeah.
Really?
It's weak now, dog.
Must really be mad. You mad.
No, they stepped on it, dog. They stepped on the work, man. Capitalism ruined Chick-fil-A.
Here we go.
You did.
That's one of the things that just drives me crazy. Jim knows it too.
When I say capitalism,
everybody blames everything on capitalism.
No, listen, they changed. They stopped using hormone. They stopped using the different. They use a cheaper chicken now, to save pennies on every sandwich. But I guess overall,
No, Jarrell, please tell me that's not true.
What, they use a different chicken?
No, hold on. No, I don't see him passing. I think the brother's still here. I think the brother's still here. Oh, this video. Oh, hold on. Speaking, so Anthony brought it. I gotta play this. Bear with me, y'all.
They took your name, your land, your language, but not your legacy. Reclaim it at AfricanAncestry.com.
That's something I gotta do also.
Speak about in the past the power of a plant-based diet, right?
Mm-hmm.
How has that shift impacted your physical health, mental clarity, and ability to do the work you do?
I stopped eating meat and chicken on October the 12th, 1975.
75?
That was before I was born.
1975, be 50
Me
years.
too.
How did you get that revelation? 1975?
Well, look, I started listening to Dick Gregory. Dick Gregory was advocating a healthy diet. I read a book called Back to Eden by Jethro Hulse. And I remember reading that book. He talked about the fact that cooking meat at high temperatures releases carcinogens within the meat and could cause death. And that was in 74. That was in 74 when I read the book. And I remember watching the evening news.
Yeah, so I gotta get into that.
I just
Like the
want to
brothers, the truth.
apologize to Brother Browder because I'm getting a tomahawk tomorrow night.
That's all right.
Yeah, I'm saying
Right.
I'm getting.
Go back and watch that video.
I'm going to Steak 48. I'm getting a tomahawk, doggy. You know what I'm saying? The wine fed Wagyu is what they had there, man. You know, they got that. They also have a wine fed Kobe. That thing is like $150 for 3 ounces, cuz.
I had to tell you about the time I was in Miami and I got some Wagyu grass fed massaged, hand massaged, and they straight massaged me out of some money. Talk about being overrated.
Oh, it's trash?
Yeah, it wasn't worth the ticket. It was not worth the ticket.
Listen, I had an aged joint in Vegas that was aged hand fed, you know, all the nonsense. It was fire though.
Now Vegas was I had my second best steak in Vegas.
My second one, I think I was in Aruba. I was in a steakhouse in Aruba and I had a piece of Kobe, dog, that was like out of this world. My favorite, listen, the number one I ever had to this day, Butcher and Singer. I keep telling you, Butcher and Singer.
All right, so we only have 3 entries so far. Remember, the Bitcoin drawing will be coming up really, really soon. So get it in. The hashtag is Black Health Rebels.
By the way, lead up there for a second. Kamar, I just want to let you know you traumatized our folks because Edvard got scared when you said I got a video coming. He thought that you was about to go buck wild like you've been doing lately. So,
What do you mean?
You know-
Wait, whoa. Slow down there, boy. What are you talking about? I never go buck wild.
dog, you playing videos. When you be in the nigga verse, you be bringing videos to the show that
It's
he
for
said, wild
entertainment.
video from Kamari coming up.
It's
Once
for
you said I got a video,
education and entertainment purposes only.
once you said I got a video, folks was like, hold up. Catch Dr. Africa's vid, how to be a carnivore.
Yeah, Dr. Africa be dropping the work too. Dr. Africa did pass though. I know that for a fact.
Now, is Dr. Africa telling me that it's okay to get this tomahawk or no?
No, he was not.
All right, so I ain't watching it. I'll watch it after tomorrow, y'all. I'm not gonna watch that tonight because I ain't gonna hold you.
All right, we getting them in there.
You know what I'm saying? I'm getting the crazy tomahawk with the cream spinach. It's going down, y'all. All right, there we go. Shout out to Lorraine. We gotta make a subsidiary, the Black Health Rebels. That's our 5 and 10Ks. Get some Black Health Rebels t-shirts.
Absolutely. Put some little black running feet on them
It could be like a
with
run
some
champs.
lettuce.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a run champs.
Did Nori ever do that? I know he was running somewhere, but
Yeah, my homie be running with him. Shout out to my guy Q, man.
QDZ?
That's my guy. That's my homie.
I know that.
You didn't know that? He grew up right around the corner. He from around my way, man.
I know he from back there. He went to Lincoln.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. That's my guy. But he be running with him though.
All right, so we got 9 entries in. All right, so we training. Just a recap. We are training for a marathon. Excuse me, not a marathon. For a 5K. At least one.
I was about to say, dog, I never did a 5K before. You trying to get me in a marathon now?
You play basketball though.
I did play. I played football and basketball.
I didn't know you played football.
Yes, I
Okay,
do.
so you play. So you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Like Lorraine
The
said,
only reason I stopped playing football in
walk
high
it.
school is because it got to the point where they was trying to have me run cross country and show up early in the morning, and I was like, I'm cool. Man.
That's that real conditioning right there.
I was like, I'm gonna stick with hoops. Funny thing is, Core did though. Core actually stayed on the football team. Me and Corey, that's how me and Corey got cool. Me and Corey got cool because we played basketball and football together.
Mm. Listen, neither am I. Nor am I ready for a half.
No, dog, yeah, I am not ready for 26.2 miles at all. At all. What you looking for, our kid?
Here's a couple of them.
I don't have them back there, dog. All I got back there is, you know what I'm saying, my awards.
No, I was about to show off my.
I can show off my award though, my community service award. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So that's a Broad Street run.
I got some more awards back there too.
This is a 10K. Here you go, Jim. This is a 10K. Here's another Broad Street run.
Okay.
So I don't know what the rest of them are, but you can easily do a 5K. Listen, Lorraine.
I got my other award right here, my Truth Award. Yo, shout out to my young boy, man, Christian Truth, the Truth Jones, man, because he gave me that award at an event years ago, and that young man is doing phenomenal things in the world.
So Lorraine,
main man was like a 12-year-old options trader getting money.
So Lorraine, listen, the last time I ran a Broad Street run, I think there's like a 3 or 3.5 hour limit. I was on the back. They had a bus trying to get me to get on the bus to finish up. I was like, nope. Let me pick up the speed and get across the finish line. Not gonna have me on that bus. But I was dragging.
Congratulations, man.
I was dragging.
How many people we got in there, yo?
We already got 9. They don't want the money. So we're not gonna wait for y'all. I think I forget, somebody cussed me out. I forgot who it was. It was like, stop waiting, stop begging. So I ain't gonna beg no more. Y'all don't want these sets? Hey, I buy myself.
Oh, I thought you were trying to get one more, man, so we can get like at least a dime in there.
I mean, I would like to have at least 2 more, But, they don't want it. They don't want it.
I got a couple new books too. Come on, I never read this one either.
What's that?
It's called Money for Life.
Yo, I just ordered that.
This book was gifted to me. You know who gave me this book?
Somebody, I just ordered. I don't know why I ordered that, but because it's about life insurance.
It was gifted to me. Matter of fact, who gifted it to me? Main man. What's his name? Not Jeff. What's the other insurance brother that's always at our events? He
I know
gifted
you're
it.
talking about. He comes to our events too.
Yeah, he sent that to me. He sent that to me.
Yeah, because that's all about life insurance. It's all about what's the term for that, Jimmy? Damn it.
Banking.
Infinite banking. Banking.
So here's another one for you. Come on, another community service award.
Curtis May. Shout out to Curtis May.
Yeah, shout out to Curtis May. He definitely gave me that book. But yo, another community event called Grab the Key, for helping people become homeowners under Foot by the Hood. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, I got them all around me, so I'm just gonna show you all the awards, award winning.
Okay, that was you, Cookie. All right, so it's the Cookie. You traumatized me. You got me scared straight. All right, so we're not gonna wait, y'all. We are not.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Good luck to those that are in. Remember, you gotta shoot it to me in the village and join the village because we got content dropping all the time now.
Oh, but real quick, do we owe any money on the street, Jim? Because I know a couple people said that we won.
No, so the only money I know,
was it Jamil or who was it?
No, everybody got paid. I paid last week. So the one person was LaJoya.
Okay.
LaJoya, but she still hasn't sent me her lightning address. So that's kind of where that is. So You know.
Okay. All right. But we up to date though, right? We at least have an accounting
Listen, man,
of the money we got on the
we
street.
ain't stiffing nobody. Pause.
Okay. No pause was needed, sir. It's okay.
And a lot of guys winning. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
All right. Let her rip, y'all. Let her rip.
While I was running, Kamari, I got caught in a rabbit hole during Christmas, man. I've been on Paramount Plus watching Taylor Sheridan shows for the last 2 days.
Who?
You're not familiar with he did Noble.
Noble.
What's good, beloved? So Taylor Sheridan is responsible for a bunch of shows like The Lioness,
Oh, The Lioness is the joint.
Yellowstone. He
Wait a minute.
did
Isn't that the hold on. Isn't that the guy who left? He left and then went somewhere else.
recently. I don't know how Paramount let him go. I mean, I do know how they let him go because they said he cost too damn much. But he's responsible for Yellowstone, Landman, 1883, 1923, Tulsa King, Mayor of Kingstown, Lioness.
Listen, Mayor Kingstown is my joint.
Mayor of Kingstown is super fire. Super fire.
All right, Noble's in the building. Congratulations to Noble.
Yeah. So the reason I bring it up though, I'm tying it into Black Wealth. I've just started the season 3 of the Tulsa King, right? The new character in season 3 of Tulsa King is Samuel Jackson. Now
They're doing a spinoff,
allegedly,
right?
He get his own spinoff called like New Orleans King or something like that. It's about him in New Orleans, like, you know. So I'm excited as hell for that. Because first of all, Samuel Jackson is him. There's no other words to put. He's him. All right, so Noble, shoot us a message in the village, y'all. Other than that, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We will see you. If we don't see you Sunday live, we will have more content dropping in the village. We haven't been live on Sunday, but we drop content every Sunday. So you got to be in the village to see what's going on. You did.
What's going on?
Probably be something back there tomorrow too. I mean, if Kamari decides to start working and stop playing games.
Listen, man, I need you to stop gaslighting me. I'm going through trauma right now, sir. You laughing? I'm serious.
All right, man. We love y'all. We
Stop bullying
appreciate
me,
y'all.
Jimmy. Stop bullying me.
But here you go. Nola King. I said New Orleans, but Nola King, yes. I'm looking forward to that. I'm excited about that. I saw that. It made my day.
Well, I'm actually going to go watch Kings of the Mayor of Kingstown now and watch I think I'm behind like 2 episodes.
I'm behind as well, dog. Taylor got so much fire on Paramount that I'm behind on a couple of things, man. Like but anyway. Appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all in the village. Jarrell, thank you for that comment, man. Jarrell is amazing, man. And by the way, 2026 is going to be even better because now we're finally getting our footing in the village. And like I keep telling you, I'm working on some long form stuff. It's taking time because it's literally about 8 different presentations, and I'm trying to bring it all together into one class. All of that's coming to the village, but I'll make sure that the short form stuff is going to constantly come. And we'll keep doing work in the community as well, man. January is going to be a big month for us. A lot going on. You'll see it. We'll make sure the village knows about it first. With that being said, we love you guys. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you later this week sometime, whether in the village or on live stream. We'll see you though. Peace.
Yeah.
Black Queens forever.
Let's get free.